This is a story about two shapes. One falls, one rises. In 1984 in Moscow, a young Soviet researcher named Alexei Pajitnov was supposed to be testing a computer. Instead, he wrote a game. The machine had no graphics, so he built his falling pieces out of bracket characters, 4 squares each. He called it Tetris. Within years, it had escaped the Iron Curtain and conquered the planet. This film is about why, and about an older shape made of 10 points that we forgot. In Tetris, you do not choose what comes. The next piece falls, whether you are ready or not. You only decide very fast where to put it. It is a real art, composing with what we did not choose. No life can do without it. But here's the cruelty of the game. A completed line disappears. Accomplishment is erasure. All your work becomes one number, the score. And Tetris cannot be won. You continue or you are buried. One world has adopted this game, our world. To every question of value, we demand one answer. How much? Health, attention, forests, the future of our children, everything must translate into money. But money has no memory and no horizon. The score rises, the planet waits. So our lives became Tetris lives. The inbox empties and refills. Each finished project vanishes into the next. Even rest is now a trick to maintain. And yet, Tetris leaves one thing behind, not the lines, the player. The hands grow faster, the brain learns the falling shapes. Players even see them as they drift into sleep. What remains of the game is the player, the citizen transformed as player. So here's the question: where does your life deposit what it accomplishes? 25 centuries before Moscow, the disciples of Pythagoras swore their oath on another figure of 4. 10 points in 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Tetractys. An ancient fragment says they called it the principle of health. It is not a relic, it is a movement. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, 3 becomes 4, a principle becoming a world. In my practice of philosophical counseling, I have set it in motion again. An exercise, a person composes their own triangle in 10 words. 1 word at the top, what the universe is about for them. 2 words, how that shows on earth. 3 words, their higher purpose. 4 words at the base, their daily mission and roles. A physician near retirement feared losing his reason for being with his white coat. His triangle came to read: compassion, healing power, serve to relieve, listen, guide, support, right. Retirement stopped being an ending, it became a transfer. In Tetris, the pieces are given. Here, the words are chosen. In Tetris, what you accomplish is erased. Here, it remains and works. Leibniz had a word for this skill: compossibility. Not everything possible can exist together. To compose a life or a planet is to judge what can live together. Every prize quietly makes that judgment, then hides it. Equivalence is compossibility in denial. The Greeks would have called the capacity to reverse this denial eudaimia, a good, dynamic relation to the possible. Old medical dictionaries define it as full vigor. It was already a word of health. Our hospitals too play Tetris. Beds to free, cases erased from the screen, caregivers exhausted by the disappearance of what they accomplish. To ask a patient not only what they have, but what they can still become, is to reopen the question of what can live together. So, two shapes. Tetris is the mirror of the age, a perpetual present, a score without a world. The tetractys of philosophical health is the exercise of freedom. 10 words for what we believe, what we aim for, what we do. To the question, how much is it worth? Let us substitute the question it hides. What can live together? That question does not yield a number. It yields a world. Health is not a state. It is a navigation, and each of us can hold the course and discover 1,000 straits.